Fellow readers, ladies and gentlemen, over the next few minutes I will be discussing the novel Nikolski by Nikolski.wmv and hopefully presenting to you the many reasons why this book should be chosen for Trent Reads 2010 and belong to every Canadian in general. First, Nikolski gives Trent readers a chance to look at a different type of literature. Nikolski moves away from traditional linear thinking and allows the reader to explore Canadian creative writing. Chapters separated by pictures of fish and numbers on the bottom, or on the side instead of on the bottom, showcase how this traditional model is completely uprooted. Trent University, in its English literature studies, also introduces Canadian novels that exemplify innovative styles, such as Thomas King's Green Grass Running Water. Reading Nikolski and novels like it will allow students to consider different approaches to literature and consider how different cultures can change notions of what is traditional. Nikolski as a novel showcases the interconnectedness that represents Canadian culture. This novel takes the artifacts of three separate characters and merges them into one diverse history. All the characters have a similar biological link. Noah's father, Joyce's uncle, and the unnamed narrator's father are all the same man, Jonas Doucette. Yet it is when each one of these characters discusses the man through narratives, postcards, and photographs left behind that the story begins to create a whole. Similarly, interdisciplinary studies at Trent promote the use of several foundations to create a complete concept. A historical event such as the European conquest of Canada does not simply rely on chronological facts in the Trent classroom, but rather incorporates the political aims of Britain, the lifestyle of First Nations, and the challenges to femininity that European women forced upon Aboriginal women. However, diversity does not remain merely in the classroom. Trent University and Canada as a whole represents a nation that prides itself on its multicultural and diverse roots, and Nikolski is no different. It represents a unique look at people who come from different cultural backgrounds, yet have a similar pride in calling Canada their home. The novel focuses on three francophone teenagers who all go on a quest for self-discovery, through different modes of transportation and different avenues of thought. For English-speaking Canadians, Nikolski gives a glimpse of the lives of the Quebec population and allows us to connect their cultural backgrounds, educational experiences, with memories of our own. The small-town life of these three teens in Montreal in 1989 connects with families across the prairies, farmland Ontario, the fishing villages of Nova Scotia, and the Trent University campus. Students who begin their studies at Trent will interact with Canadians from all over, from rural and urban, west and east coast, and immigrated and Canadian born. And Nikolski can only serve to help them disregard difference and find a common thread within and outside the classroom. The creation of a sustainable Canada is an issue that is introduced in the novel and something that every Canadian student should be interested in learning, especially Trent students entering this fall. Montreal in the late 1980s is already overrun by garbage dumps that have replaced such sites as the Miriam Quarry, which is home to Irish immigrants, and the green lacrosse fields have been replaced by Jean Talon Market and the bus terminal. Trent focuses on becoming a greener university by promoting studies that help improve the world, such as the Environmental Studies program. This program explores the issues of pollution, climate change, and global warming, and the creation of renewable energy. As the character Noah proves in the novel, that students who have the opportunity to enter modern areas of study that can help change the world will only learn to have a lifelong love of learning. Lastly, the Nikolski compass finds its way around every reader's neck by the end of the novel. Though portrayed as a broken compass that only points to 35 degrees west towards the Aleutian village of Nikolski, a village that is said to be only inhabited by 34 people and 5,000 sheep, it is nonetheless a compass of significant meaning. To the unnamed narrator is the last gift a father gave to his son before leaving forever. Yet for the reader, it can be used to measure one's identity and future. The Nikolski compass, like Trent University, promotes a journey through one's education and life experiences to find out who they are and where they belong. As a first-year student entering Trent, this question has only just begun to be explored. As literature classics from all over the world become the focus of academia, I believe it is necessary to stop and learn about ourselves. Reading this novel can help students, staff, and Trent alumni redefine Canada through its landscape, culture, and education. As Trent's slogan states, we are all here to learn how to make a world of difference, and I believe that by reading Nikolski, Trent students this fall will learn how to do just that. Thank you.
Okay, this is the first passage for early. Every fall, Sarah bought the appropriate school books, and he would lock himself in the trailer to study zealously in the belief that algebra and grammar represented his only hope of one day joining the real world. 12 years had gone by since the postcard from Nikolski. Noah was now 18. The time had come to leave the trailer. All he was waiting for to set his escape plan in motion were the results of his Manitoba Department of Education exams. Once he had secured his grade 12 diploma, he would be off to university. He was far less concerned with choosing his field of study than with the location of the university itself. It was out of the question for him to take up residence in Winnipeg or Saskatoon. Noah wanted to climb out of the glove compartment and vault over the horizon. But which horizon exactly? South. The United States did not interest him. North. Not a viable option so long as there were no plans to open a central university in Baffin Island. West. The West was riddled with holes, as transparent and greasy as the road maps in the glove compartment. West was his father, that far-off and mysterious man who lived with an Aleutian tribe on an island lost in the Bering Sea, who ate raw salmon and heated his yurt with dried sheep turds. Not the most edifying father figure to look up to. So Noah would go east. So I'm whetting your appetites, I can see. Okay. This is the second passage. Where do old IBMs go to die? Where is the secret burial ground of TRSEs, the charnel house of Commodore 64s, the ossuary of Texas Instruments? These are the questions that are on Joyce's mind as she flicks through the rubbish of Little Italy. So far, she has salvaged a host of useful items: a radio, a fan, a work stool, vinyl records. But as far as computers go, her only buy has been an ancient charred Atari. And yet people must somehow get rid of their old, obsolescent computers. Behind St. Hubert Plaza, she comes upon a colleague ransacking the bottom of a trash container. His head dives down, bobs up, dives again, while his flashlight sporadically illuminates the surrounding walls. Joyce approaches, coughing a little to make her presence known. The man lifts his head out of the container. He looks like a mad scientist. 50-ish, round glasses, a small white beard, and a scar shaped like a Mobius strip under his left eye. Is the fishing good? Joyce asks with a look of innocence. Not bad at all. I've located a shoal of Italian footwear. Anything else? What are you after? Computers. Fishing for the big one, he says with a whistle of approval. This isn't the right area to get a bite. The best place for computer equipment is in the business district. The stock exchange, IBM, Placement at Bonaventure. Get the picture? Not really, I'm new to Montreal. Give me a second. The man scribbles some directions on the back of the business card. Here, and watch out for the security books. She examines the card. On the front she reads, Thomas St. Laurent, PhD, Department of Anthropology. On the back is a tiny treasure map of streets, alleys, underground parking lots, and metro stations. Joyce smiles. The time is 1:45 to midnight, and she does not feel the least bit sleepy.